Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your I can't even talk. For your Reiki micro session, followed by 5 minutes of questions. Let's see. So we're doing Reiki for 5 minutes. That's why it's called a micro session, because a normal Reiki session, at least a normal Reiki session with me, is an hour long. So we've got that. And then after we do the Reiki micro session, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at questions. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to ask me whatever questions you want to ask me, and I'll just knock them out as fast as I can in that time frame. So for the Reiki, which is what we're going to start with, I'm going to set the intention for whatever will benefit each of you the most as individuals. If there's something more specific that you would like the Reiki to focus on, feel free to go ahead and adjust that intention. La da da, what else do you need to know? If you're watching this after the live broadcast is over, please know you can get just as much benefit from the Reiki as somebody who's here while I am actually live. So no worries, please take advantage of that extra energy, healing energy for yourself. Ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and get this Reiki started. Alrighty, so we're starting Reiki at 5 after the hour. That means we'll finish it up at 10 after the hour. Hello there, Diane. Hello there, everybody else in the room that hasn't said hi yet. Thank you for the thumbs ups. I do appreciate those. Thank you also to those of you who are sharing this video so that it can help other people as well. It's a fabulous Sunday night here in Missouri. We've had great weather. I got to spend the afternoon out at Spalding Beach. That was enjoyable. So you guys are seeing the non-makeup, almost ready for bed version of me tonight, rather than the fully makeup, ready to rock and roll in a more professional manner, which is what you normally get. I was just thinking, I missed you guys. I didn't want to go to bed without doing a live video. 4 more minutes left of the Reiki. I always enjoy interacting with people here. Quite welcome, quite welcome. Glad to be here. You can tell I'm a little tired there from the way my words are just kind of mingling around with each other. La, da, 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 da. 3 more minutes left on the Reiki. Time is flying by. What's everybody using their Reiki for tonight? 4 people in the room. You guys are making Miss Diane think she's all alone here. Nobody else is saying hi. La da da da. Highest and best for you. Very cool, very cool. That's a very good intention. One of the best intentions you can do. Two more minutes left of Reiki. I'm still dog sitting. And the cat that is my roommate's cat is not so sure she's thrilled about this idea that we have an extra dog in the house. So I'm kind of trying to keep an little extra eye on the situation. She keeps a good eye on him, and she also scares the holy crud out of him. Faye, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. Earlier, he walked by a chair where she was sitting up hiding from him, and she hissed at him and swiped at him out of the blue. He wasn't even expecting it. I felt so sorry for him. He's a huge dog, too. Crazy when you can make a huge dog jump. 1 more minute of Reiki. Faye, is this your first visit to my room? Glad you said hello. Romy, hello, hello. Glad you're here tonight, my dear. You've been here before? Okay. So you're not feeling totally lost. You know what's up. When you guys keep seeing me look off to the side, I'm just checking things out because the cat in the house looks like she's getting ready to pounce on this big boxer pit bull mix thing that I am dog sitting. Just waiting for her to pounce down on him. Totally freak him out. Aw, thank you, Romy. Romy has had a handful of private readings from me. She would know. She's qualified to tell you whether I'm awesome or not. Oh, you listen to me quite a bit? That's cool. Thank you very much for that. All right, so it's 10 minutes after the hour. Let's wrap up the Reiki. And I'm going to set my timer. Let's do 5 minutes of questions. 5 minutes. Who's going to be first? Diana's. We've answered lots of job questions in here before. I can't remember if we answered that one before or not. For you. Diane. Will Diane get a job by the end of the year? Will Diane be working at a job by the end of the year? La da 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 da. I stepped your question up a little bit. I want to know if you're going to be working by the end of the year. Be nice to be working in time for Christmas, wouldn't it? What do we have? What do we have? What's going on here? I don't see you having a job by the end of the year, honey bunny. I see you being really restless right now and feeling like you need to have something that uses up your full potential, but I don't see anybody signing you on. And I think that you're going to have a massive meltdown about it. Actually, we're already in September. Yeah, right around the end of October, beginning of November. I think that you have a friend that's even trying to help you, but even with your friend's help, there's boundaries that you're not able to surpass by the end of the year. So let's look at best advice for you, my dear. Best advice for Miss Diane, considering what I just saw as far as job stuff. Oh, I missed another question before that. Okay. Best advice for Diane to help her with her finances while she's dealing with job stuff in the interim. Do some education. It's the first card that comes out. Do some education, learn some stuff. Even if you're learning free education, it still makes you more valuable as an employee. It's okay to acknowledge the disappointment, but don't steep yourself in it, as a second bit of advice. And it looks like you may have to make a decision about the idea of starting your own thing on the side and not really partnering up with somebody. You may have to make a decision during this time to do some things, to do some things on your own to kind of bolster things until you do get something that's reliable. Let's see, Romy's question, should she get on the site many bids this month? Is it a good idea for Romy to get on the site that she's speaking of by the end of this month? La da da da. La da da. Technically, I've got a yes. I think it is going to bring a lot of communication in for you if you would do that. I think that you're going to have to kind of sort through the communication that comes through. It feels to me kind of like a rummage sale type thing where you have to sort through like 80% junk to find the 20% treasure type of thing. But if you focus on the goal, don't let yourself be distracted by all the extra communication that is not really what you're looking for, then you will find yourself making your situation better and more stable and calm. So I would say yes. Plus, you've got a little extra advice. You're quite welcome. Thank you, thank you. Anybody else have a question? Our timer has not run out yet. We've got other people in the room that have not asked questions. You have a whole 16 seconds to get them in front of me. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate it. Also, while I'm waiting for the next question, thank you so much for sharing this video with others who will find it beneficial as well. There's the timer. And also, thank you to those of you who do order private readings and Reiki sessions from me. There's Sherry. There's Sherry. It is because of all of your support that I am able to do what I love to do for my living. Where is the universe heading? You. This is the last question that I'm going to answer tonight. Where is the universe heading, Miss Sherry? You know what? It sounds like I had to put down the cards. It sounds like you have this idea that the universe is sort of herding you like a farmer would herd his cattle up the loading chute and into the truck and off to market. Just have to tell you, that's what came to me. Oh, thank you, LaFay. So, I want to ask this a little bit differently because I don't like to feel like you're being herded up the chute, up the loading chute. How should we ask this? I'm sorry I'm laughing. That's really not cool when cattle get into your garden. But it is quite the irony. I'm sure you want to put them in the loading chute right now. What is it that you feel like, LaFay, like the cattle through the loading chute? Okay, so here, let me focus here on this question. How do I want to ask this? What avenues, give us some ideas about what avenues the universe is opening up for Miss Sherry as she follows her heart. How about that? I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me. Miss Sherry. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Look at you. I know what some of this is, and I'm looking at the last card going, no. It's like that Sesame Street game. Which one of these doesn't belong? Like it doesn't even line up with the rest of them. So I guess I'm going to start talking and I'm going to let that message just pour through me. But let's start, Sherry. What is the universe opening up to you? You've got the dreamer. I don't know why I'm feeling so musical tonight. Must be the spirits moving me. Was that a Christopher Cross song? I don't know where that came from. Anyway, you've got the dreamer here. This is basically telling me that the sacred spirit, the universe, the divine, is asking you to dream big. Don't let people tell you nobody's ever done that before. That's why people don't do shit, because they think nobody else ever did that before. So who on earth would they be to do it? Well, I'm calling bullshit on that. Okay. Excuse my language, but I'm letting it all hang out. It's late. And I'm just being loosey-goosey right now. Dreamer. Be a dreamer. 10 of Mirrors. Dream about the things that really are going to make you happy. So, advice here is don't dream about the things everybody around you tells you that you should want. Who cares what they think you should want anyway? Dream those big dreams about those things that are going to make Miss Diane happy. Vanessa, hello, hello. Exactly. Well, that's good, because then you're already on the right path. Look at this. This is funny. This is Spirit having a little bit of a chuckle with you, okay? Because this is Spirit saying there's all kinds of unknowns. You have a whole, I'm being given this image of a massive, massive gemstone encrusted, gold gilded jewelry box. Massive, as big as a normal person's dresser, filled with all kinds of jewelry. But with the moon, the Spirit is saying all the beautiful things that are opening up to you, we're not telling you, na boo boo. That takes the fun out of it. You get to discover it yourself. Okay? For me to tell you right now would ruin some of the fun. It's like going on a scavenger hunt and then somebody tells you where to find everything before you get there. What good is that? Now you're just going on a walk. Okay. What's next? Next, it finally came to me. This last card that I thought didn't fit finally came to me because I'm ready to talk about it. So the last two cards actually work together. This is for Sherry. The last two cards actually work together, but sometimes Spirit does piggyback messages. And Sherry had asked, we had changed the question basically. So we had asked what kind of doors the universe was opening up for Sherry as she followed her happiness. Okay, so Hernia the Hunter, this is basically the Chariot. So Sherry, this is talking about reaching for goals and reaching for them, not only goals that that we can reach personally with our own self-discipline and with our own efforts, but this is talking about goals and targets that can only be reached with other people's help as well. Cooperation, teamwork, unity to help us reach those goals. So this is Spirit advising us to get involved with bigger goals than just the ones that we can set and reach just by ourselves. Okay, now here's that's the advice basically, but there's a warning that comes with the advice, and that's the 5 of Mirrors. And it kind of cracked me up because when Spirit finally revealed this to me, it's something that I say pretty often for the last several years. So 5 of Mirrors talks about some kind of disappointment. And see, here we have it. It's paired up with this Hernia the Hunter, this group goals, group targets. And so this isn't saying don't go for group goals or group targets because they're going to be disappointing. But this is pointing out that when we are involved in group goals or group targets, sometimes we are disappointed. And why are we disappointed? I'll tell you why, but you must listen closely. Because we're working with other humans. And humans aren't perfect. And so sometimes things go wrong. And when you're working in a group, then if something goes wrong, and it's really easy to say, oh, well, that person, they really messed it up. Ugh. Well, that's not really productive, is it? It's better just to accept the idea that we're all doing the best that we can with the tools that we have. And if somebody isn't good at something, then we have somebody else do that thing that they're not good at and figure out what that person is good at and let them do that. Okay? So that's the heads up there. All right? So I hope you get something out of that answer. La, da, da. I am on late. It was a long day. You're getting the almost ready for bed version of me. No makeup. Not very professional at all. Just letting my language hang loose. Everything. Well, this isn't saying don't do group things, but this is saying know that group things are not perfect. It makes me think of the story of, people that go to church and then something happens with the other members of the congregation and then they get mad at God. Well, God didn't do anything wrong. It was the other humans at church that did something wrong. So why are you going to be mad at God? And so in these things, when we're working on a group thing, like maybe it's doctors across borders or whatever that's called, where doctors go to places where they're needed, and things get a little bit botched up. Well, is that because the program's bad? No, that's because one person was a little bit of a numbskull. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, guys, that's enough for me. I better go see what other trouble I can get into before I go to bed. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. I appreciate y'all sharing this video, putting the thumbs ups on it, and getting the private readings and private Reiki sessions from me. It is because of all of you guys that I get to do what I love to do for my living. So sincerely, thank you very much. Peace out.